Welcome to Washington in Focus. I am Jeremy Lott. Joining me today is the Center Square's Western Washington reporter, Spencer Pauley. Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell announced his office's plans to prioritize the restoration of downtown core in his 2023 State of the City address. Following a year in which the city saw nearly 50,000 cases of crime, Harrell emphasized hope for a better 2023, citing how the district is home to 100,000 residents and over 320,000 jobs. The mayor sees downtown Seattle as the, quote, undisputed economic engine and cultural hub of our region. That's how Spencer's piece on the Mayor Harrell's State of the City address began. And he pulls out an interesting contradiction in this piece. Because on the one hand, Harrell said, I am bullish on our downtown. The problems we are facing are not insurmountable, and the opportunities, therefore, are immense. But he also said, we need to recognize that the office space may never fill up as before. We need more housing options, so let's make downtown affordable for everyone who wants to live there. Interesting. The way that you can kind of harmonize these is, Spencer, do you believe that the mayor is basically trying to go super residential with downtown going forward?
It seems like that's the case here with him admitting this, because on one hand, you have Amazon saying that they will be returning to their offices at least 3 times a week. So you will see Amazon employees going back downtown. But I think despite that, the economic recovery reports that the Downtown Seattle Association has put out, return to office rate has been below 50% since the pandemic happened. We're into 2023 now. So I think even the mayor is having to just kind of admit that, we have to change the downtown area. So with what he said there is he's looking more at affordable housing. He wants it to become more residential there. What he calls a linear arts, entertainment, culture district is what he's looking for in the downtown area.
So arts it up? Basically,
yeah. And with that, he's looking to address 3 things here: filling vacant storefronts within the downtown area, working on drug use in the area, and then also just crime. Just through January, downtown area has the most violent crimes reports in the city of Seattle with 30, which, is lower than last year, which had an unprecedented rate of crime with nearly 50,000. But already downtown has 30 with 1 homicide in 1 month.
Oh dear. You actually did it in a separate story this week. You reported some good news, which is that the crime in Seattle is way down as in January.
Yeah. And they said that they just been stationing police officers in districts that they deem, appropriate. So you're seeing like the Chinatown International District see more surveying to work on that, because Chinatown last year saw a huge jump in crime. But downtown still is a spot where you're seeing a lot of homelessness and just, crime involved with that.
I want you to put me inside the mayor's head here, okay, to the extent that you can, because you follow the man. Do you believe that the mayor thinks that the horrible crime problem over the last few years is largely driven by homelessness?
I would say so. Yeah, it's very prevalent down there. You go to Pike Place Market, which is just near the waterfront, a block away, and even there, you can just see homeless people walking around and stuff. They're not doing any harm in that moment, but you go another block north, and that's where you can kind of see more. You don't even have to take my word for it. During his State of the City address, Mayor Harrell talked about actually walking around downtown, and he said he saw people using fentanyl while he was doing such. He said the issues within downtown are prevalent, and the concerns that people are having are validated. So even him, the mayor, just walking around says, yep, this is a big issue, and you see it everywhere. It's just interesting to me that the downtown area, where you will just get tourists coming in to go to the Pike Place Market, the waterfront, you can't really hide it.
You've also done quite a bit of work on one of the things they're trying to do is put cops in the right places. So there's 2 issues here. One, are they going to be able to have enough cops for that? That's a thing you've covered extensively. And 2, they've recently made a scheduling change that may help address this. Let's talk about those things.
So far, no. Seattle Police Department does not have the number of deputies they would like to have to cover the entire city of Seattle. So a way they're looking to just recruit more people to make Seattle look like a good destination to work is by switching up their schedule so that you may work 10-hour days, but you get 3 days off. And they did that earlier this month. So that is a thing that you're seeing officers go through.
That in part is competition with other King County police departments, because a lot of places were doing 4 10s and then 3 days off. That's essentially the thing. There's supposed to be a knock on. So yes, you can maybe attract more police officers that way, but apparently there's something to do with scheduling, where when you have the 10-hour shifts, you can actually schedule more easily for highest crime times. Is that correct as well?
Yeah, so there's more overlap during peak hours, which is like 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. So while you have different officers on patrol, the other ones will start their shift and they'll just overlap. So you have more officers during these hours.
Okay, so the highest crime time, you've got more cops on the street and on patrol and whatnot.
Yeah, and that's what the Seattle Police Department just kind of adjusted to fix in a way.
Listeners can keep up with this story and more at thecentersquare.com. For Spencer Pauley, this is Jeremy Lott. Please subscribe and thanks for listening.